Well, I have to preface this with telling you how I got into pottery. About 1970 or so, when Diane Powers was finishing up the Zara del Mundo, she had a potter there who had built a gas kiln, a brick gas kiln, and he did pottery. And I used to go and watch him all the time, and I loved his pots. And so for Mother's Day that year, my family gave me a potter's wheel. And I said, what do I do with this thing? And he said, why don't you go to Mesa College and take some classes, which I did. I belonged to the Bonsai Club at that time. And getting into pottery, I gave up the Bonsai Club and spent the next 30, 40 years doing pottery. And I did the wheel. And
well, you didn't give up the Bonsai Club because you're still here.
Well, I came back.
Okay.
I came back. But anyway, I've taken classes out at Mesa and Grossmont and UCSD and private lessons. But anyway, you can't ever make just one pot. You got to make a kilnful. So you do a lot of stuff. And wheel, I'm not that crazy about the wheel. I'm not that good, but I love doing hand build. And I'm going to create, I didn't realize that we were going to try to show you how to do a hand built pot because the clay has to be stiffened, and I didn't bring that clay, I just brought it for one pot. But this is a similar pot that I'm going to build for you. This is a little bigger than the one I'm going to do. But this is one I made myself, and that's Kontan. This is the pot I bought, and this is a Japanese, and it's a very smooth and a nice dark color. And I love this, but we never can get this kind of clay here. But anyway, so I did some preliminary work. I rolled out the clay, and I had to let it get stiff so that I could cut out. So I've cut out the pieces, and I have textured the sides a little bit. And I do that with, see, I have the patterns, and I lay this down, and then I take a roller and put texture on a slab and roll it on, and you can do that or something like this or whatever pleases you, and whatever way you want to decorate the slab. And then when you cut it out, you have to bevel the edges because you have to fit them together, and you couldn't fit them blunt. So I'll start doing that, and that's what I'm going to do now. Put these together. See, I was careful, and I use a little slip that I've made out of dried clay, and I put a little water with it, and scratch it, and put it together, and now I'm going to put these three together. See, the bottom I can always cut this extra off. I made it a little bit bigger.
That's why those are so expensive, Mom.
So when you're putting a seam together, it isn't enough to just hold it. You've got to put a little rope in there, and then you force that into the corner. And I like to use the rubber on a pencil like this because it just somehow works good for me. And while it's still,
ropes that you have ready, right?
yeah, I got those ready. It's like wiring a tree. So if I had to stand here and roll all that, it would take some time. And the next thing is the last wall.
If she wants to say how to prepare the wall, that'd be great.
So here you're making scratches?
I'm making the scratches, yes.
Yes. Remember Maude talked about scratching the surface so that it'll adhere together? She's just taken her tool and she's putting those marks, scoring it,
Yeah.
so that it has something to cling to,
Someplace for the little glue to go or something.
for the glue to go.
Yeah. And you have to get the bevel. I hadn't done this for a while, so yesterday when I was working on this, I had to cut the bevel 2 or 3 times to get it right. What kind of tool do you use to cut the bevel? Just a little, I have
A
a,
little knife.
yeah, I have a, I thought I had brought it with me. Oh, here it is, yeah. I had a friend whose husband was a doctor, and she gave me a bunch of these.
Scalpels.
Yeah, sharp, mighty sharp.
Do not get Maude angry.
But now it's just a matter of cleaning it up on the inside and then putting feet on it. You could make balls, and put little balls on there. And the nice thing about that is, if it isn't quite even, you can just tap it a little bit and they even out. It works. But I have to get the glue on these and put them. It's kind of a tedious, long job. That would be more particular, but you get the idea.
Oh, beautiful.
Voila.
Perfect shot.
It's keeping track of your tools when you're doing this. When you put two pieces of clay together like this, if you just rub them and rub them and rub them, pretty soon it kind of grabs and then it's stuck.
The final chapter.
This has been plotting. Dramatic finish. Here.
You guys gotta come see this spot.
Thanks.
Maude, where do you take it to fire?